Hey guys, in today's lesson I want to go ahead and talk about how to solve these multi-step equations or inequalities, um, and how do we solve them, and particularly how do we go about when we go ahead and switch this inequality, because the one thing you have to remember when you're solving these, okay, when you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to reverse the inequality. Ok, en esta lección vamos a hablar acerca de resolviendo estas inigualdades. Que lo único que se tiene que acordar es que cuando estamos multiplicando o dividiendo por un negativo, se tiene que cambiar la dirección de la inigualdad. Okay, so that's the one thing you guys have to keep in mind. And let's go ahead and see if we can do a few of these. Okay, so notice here we're going to go ahead and distribute this negative. To a lot of students think, oh, it's 3 minus 2, but no. We're going to go ahead and distribute. So right here, negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1 is a positive 2. Okay, tenemos que distribuir primero. Okay. And now we can go ahead and combine. Ahora podemos combinar el 3 más 2 más el 3. So we have a 3 plus 2. Remember, you have to use the sign that's in front of that number. Plus 3. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus another 3 is 8. So we're going to write negative 2x plus 8. Entonces, como pueden ver, vamos a escribir negativo 2x más 8. And letters on the left, numbers on the right. And so you're going to go ahead and take this guy, the positive, el positivo 8 va a venir acá, se convierte en negativo. Okay, now be careful. Negative 2x is less than 4 take away 8 is negative 4. Now we're going to go ahead and divide, okay? Divide by negative 2, divido por negativo 2. All right. Negative divided by negative is a positive. And then because we're dividing by this negative, we're going to have to reverse the inequality. And then negative 4 divided by negative 2 is positive 2. All right. Como pueden ver, negativo 2, estamos dividiendo. Y la respuesta es positivo 2. Now let me show you guys a couple of things, okay? Just some misconceptions. Sometimes students see, and let me go ahead and do it here. Sometimes students see this, okay? They see 2x less than negative 4. Let's say we have that, right? And then we divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is x. Now, here, you see we're not dividing by a negative. Yes, the top number, the numerator, is a negative, but we're not dividing by a negative. So we're not going to reverse the inequality. Como pueden ver aquí, estamos dividiendo por 2, pero no estamos dividiendo por negativo 2. Estamos dividiendo por un positivo. Solo porque tenemos un negativo en el numerador no quiere decir que vamos a cambiar la dirección de la inigualdad. Entonces, este se va a quedar menos 2. No se va a cambiar la dirección. You're not going to change the direction of the inequality just because you see a negative. You have to make sure you're dividing by that negative. Okay? And that's the first thing. So let me give you an example of why we do this. If I say, is 2 greater than 1? Well, you're going to say, yeah. ¿El 2 es más grande que el 1? Pues claro que sí. All right, what happens if I multiply by 2? Okay, si multiplico los dos lados por 2, me va a dar 4. 1 por 2 is 2. Is 4 greater than 2? You're going to say, yeah. Okay, now what about if I divide by negative 1? Divido por negativo 1. So now we're going to get negative 4 and is greater than negative 2. Is negative 4 greater than negative 2? No, it's not. Esto no está correcto. Negativo 4 no es mayor que negativo 2. Entonces, para resolver eso, tenemos que cambiar la dirección de la inigualdad. So we have to go ahead and reverse the inequality to make sure that it makes a true statement. And that's the essence of why we have to go ahead and divide when we have that negative. So let's go ahead and continue to see if we can do some more of these, okay? Notice we have a fraction, right? So what you want to do is you want to get rid of that fraction. So we're going to go ahead and multiply the whole thing. Vamos a multiplicar toda la inigualdad por el número de abajo, que viene siendo 2. Okay, now remember, you're only multiplying the fraction, you're not multiplying the inside. Nomás vamos a multiplicar la fracción, no la parte, no lo que está dentro, okay? No se multiplica lo que está dentro. Okay, so 2 por 1 is 2, 2 times 1 is 2, and leave the denominator the same. Okay, leave what's inside the parentheses the same. And then 2 times 1, 2 por 1 is 2. No cambien nada, don't switch anything yet. 2 times 2 is 4x, 2 por 2, y 2 por 1 es 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, es 1, entonces x menos 2 igual a mayor o igual a 4x más 2. Now, since you just have the x minus 2, we can just drop the parentheses. Podemos deshacernos del paréntesis, x menos 2, ok, 4x más 2. Ok, entonces menos 2, lo combinamos, me da menos 4, 4x más 2. Ahora letras a la izquierda, números a la derecha, so variables to the left and the numbers to the right. Notice how I circle that negative in front of that 4. You have to make sure you include that, okay? Miren cómo circulo el negativo enfrente del 4. Tengo que hacer eso, ok? Ahora el 4x se viene a la izquierda, se convierte en negativo. Ok, no he cambiado nada. I'm not changing anything yet. So negative 4 becomes a positive 4. Okay, I'm just rearranging the x's on the left, the constants on the right. 1x minus 4x. 1 menos 4 me da menos 3x. 4 más 2 es 6. So now what do? I divide by a negative 3. Ahora divido por menos 3. X es mayor o igual, pero me adelanté. So we're dividing by negative, right? So we have to reverse inequality. So x is less than or equal to negative 2. X es menor o igual a negativo 2. Okay? Continuamos con el segundo. Let's do another one. So we have this negative in front of the parentheses, okay, and same thing over here. So we want to distribute that first. Tenemos que distribuir ese negativo. Okay, 2 menos 3, negativo por negativo es positivo. Aquí también menos 4 por x me da menos 4x, menos 4 por menos 1 me da positivo 4. Ahora me da 2x más 3. Ya los paréntesis se deshacieron, entonces vamos a combinar. So let's see, 2 minus 3 and then plus 4. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 4 is positive 3. 2 menos 3 menos 1. Menos 1 más 4 es positivo 3. Ahora x menos 4x me va a dar menos 3x. ¿Ok? Y ahora me da 2x más 3 acá. Ahora letras a la izquierda, números a la derecha. ¿Ok? Vamos a moverlos. We're going to move them. So the positive 2x goes to the left, becomes a negative 2x. The positive 3 goes to the other side, becomes a negative 3. Okay? Negative 3x minus 2x is negative 5x. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. And now we're going to divide. Ahora vamos a dividir. Negative 5. Divide by negative 5. Are we dividing by negative? ¿Estamos dividiendo por negativo? Sí. Entonces vamos a cambiar la flecha. Now, what's 0 divided by any number is 0. Okay? The answer is 0. All right, now be careful. If the solution was 5 divided by 0, okay, like this would be undefined. Esto sería indefinido, okay? Pero esto no es lo que está pasando. Es 0 dividido entre menos 5. All right, so this is undefined. Esto sí es indefinido, que no se puede dividir por 0. Nomás tengan cuidado en eso, okay? Let's do a few more. Let's do this one. This one is nice because you see you have the fraction or the inequality in the middle. You can just cross multiply. Vamos a multiplicar cruzado porque tenemos la inigualdad en medio. Así vamos a multiplicar. Entonces voy a tomar 5 por m menos 1 less than or equal to 4 por 2m más 3. Okay. Now I can go ahead and distribute. Voy a distribuir. Me va a dar 5m menos 5. 4 por 2 is 8m más 12. 4 times 2 is 8m plus 12. All right. So now, letters on the left, numbers on the right. Okay, same thing. Move this guy over here, the negative 5, move him back. All right. Entonces me va a dar 5m. El positivo 8 se convierte en negativo. Menos 5 se convierte en positivo. Más 12. 5 menos 8, 5 minus 8 is negative 3. Okay, 5 plus 12 is 17. Next, we divide by negative. Divided by negative 3, dividimos por menos 3. Estamos dividiendo por menos, entonces se cambia la dirección y nos da negativo 17 tercios. So now we have negative 17 thirds. Okay, so notice when we're dividing by that negative, we have to reverse the inequality, okay? All right, let's do another one. And this one here, you notice that we have the 3 and the 2. We have fractions. So remember, you have to get rid of those fractions. Okay, se tienen que deshacer esas fracciones. So what's in the bottom? You have a 3 and a 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. So let's multiply everything by 6. Okay? Now remember, you're just multiplying the part on the outside. Nomás vamos a multiplicar lo que está afuera. Okay? 6 por 2, 12. El número de abajo se queda. El x menos 2 de adentro se queda. No se multiplica. So we don't multiply the inside. Okay? 6 times x is 6x. Same thing over here. 6 times 1 is 6x. Leave the denominator alone, the same. And then 6 times 1 is 6. Okay? 12 divided by 3 is 4. You have your parentheses. Minus 6x. 6 divided by 2 is 3x plus 6. Okay? Entonces simplificamos todo. Now we can distribute this. This is a lot easier to work with. Ahora vamos a distribuir. Me da 4x menos 8. Menos 6x mayor o igual 3x más 6. Okay. Ahora vamos a combinar. Let's combine like terms. 4x minus 6x. 4x menos 6x me va a dar menos 2. Menos 8. Okay. Over here on the right we have 3x plus 6. And now it's a lot easier to work with. Ahora letras a la izquierda. Números a la derecha. Okay. So now we're going to have negative 2x. The positive 3x becomes a negative 3x. Greater than or equal to the negative 8 becomes a positive 8 plus 6. All right, 8 plus 6 is 14. Negative 2 minus 3x becomes a negative 5. Me da menos 5x. Dividido por menos 5. All right, are we dividing by negative? Yes, we are. So we're going to go ahead and reverse the inequality. And then, so we're going to get negative 14 fifths. Negativo 14 quintos. Okay. El último, igual. 4 y 3. We have another fraction. A little bit longer. Okay, but we're doing the same thing. 4 times 3 is 12. So we're going to use 12 to go ahead and multiply everything. Okay. So 12 times 3 is 36, 36x. Leave the denominator alone. 12 times 2 is 24 plus 12 times x is 12x. Greater than. 12 times 1 is 12. Leave the denominator alone. Remember, leave the x minus 2 on the inside. Whatever's on the inside of the parentheses, leave it alone. Lo que está dentro del paréntesis se deja solito, okay? And now 12 times 1 is 12. All right. 36 divided by 4 is 9. 9x minus 24 plus 12x greater than 12 divided by 3 is 4. And then x minus 2 plus 12. So now this is a lot easier to work with. Ahora esto es más fácil de resolver. Vamos a distribuir acá porque tengo paréntesis. Okay. So now we have 4x minus 8 plus 12. What about this on this side? Can we combine anything? Yes, we can. 9x plus 12x, 9x más 12x, 21x menos 24. Ahora, ¿qué hago? Oh, well, what about here? Can I combine this? Yes, I can. So let's go ahead and combine that. Negative 8 plus 12, that should give you positive 4. So we got 21x minus 24. So now letters on the left, numbers to the right. Notice that I circled the sign. Okay, you have to make sure you include the sign. So 21x is on the left. The positive 4x becomes a negative. Okay, el 4x se convierte en negativo. El menos 24 se convierte en positivo. Okay, so now we have the negative 24 becomes a positive 24. 21 minus 4 is 17x. 24 plus 4 is 28. We're going to divide now by 17. Okay, and are we dividing by a negative? No, we're not. We're going to keep the sign the same. So 28 over 17, your professor will let you leave it like that. And we're done. So hopefully that helps you out, guys. And we'll see you next time.